Welcome back to Make Money Online. Today we'll be looking at the fall of Bitcoin and why you should be prepared. Hit the like and subscribe button to get more interesting news updates on cryptocurrencies. This year has just started, and it's been a wild ride for anyone invested in or even just watching the Bitcoin market. Bitcoin, the world's most valuable virtual currency, in December 2020 traded at about $25,000. When the world first started dealing with COVID-19 in early March of 2020, Bitcoin was below $4,000. For owners or sellers, it was almost a time of mixed sorrow and happiness. For those on the sidelines who were spectating, it was pretty entertaining. Despite that tremendous Bitcoin price fluctuation in a generally upward direction, 2020 was also a year of relative maturity for a currency that, after all, has only been trading for a decade. Yet there was so much to look forward to about Bitcoin in 2021. More mainstream acceptance. Bitcoin's use in everyday life has always had a problem. Very few use or accept it for transactions, as in buying stuff at a grocery store. It would come in handy, actually. But 2020 saw a striking evolution in Bitcoin adaptation. Prominent fintech companies, from Square's investment of $50 million in Bitcoin to PayPal allowing its users to buy and sell Bitcoin, gave it a huge sense of approval. In 2021, we expected to see an extension of this mainstream embrace. We look forward to at least one major US or European bank to announce some kind of system where they either enable Bitcoin purchases or agree to hold digital assets for their clients. Competition from big tech. Whatever Bitcoin may or may not have accomplished in its decade of existence, it has forced a lot of big, global entities to think about offering an international digital currency. Every company involved in the payment space understands not only that there's a market for digital payments still up for grabs, but that payments involving different currency markets have the most potential. That's because currently such transactions can take days to resolve and often involve hefty fees. Bitcoin has demonstrated that a global digital currency can dramatically simplify the process. Both Facebook and Google, companies with a massive global reach that Bitcoin can only dream of, have moved forward with big digital currency plans. Tech offerings like Facebook's Diem aren't the same as Bitcoin, but if they start to catch on in 2021, they may eat a little into Bitcoin's growth. Competition from central banks. This year, the Bank for International Settlements issued a report and survey indicating that 80% of the world's central banks are working on some form of digital currency. China has taken the digital currency experimentation much further than any other nation. Recently, in the eastern Chinese city Suzhou, just west of Shanghai, a lottery was held in which 100,000 residents each received 200 renminbi, which is about $30, via a digital wallet. They were encouraged to link their digital cash to their bank accounts, and if they didn't spend their digital cash within a few weeks, it disappeared. Both great techniques to advance the experiment. As China moves towards the nationwide adaptation of the digital yuan, it's likely to undercut demand for Bitcoin and other independent cryptocurrencies. This year, we may see similar experiments in other countries. Continued volatility. Because the value of Bitcoin is not directly tied to any obvious real-world phenomenon such as fiscal or monetary policy, it can appreciate or depreciate in ways that are hard to predict or even explain. As an investment, this makes it hard to recommend for anyone hoping to avoid big losses. Some say Bitcoin could reach as high as $50,000 next year. And although that seems extreme, it's not out of the question if investors move money from other assets into Bitcoin. Of course, it's just as possible that the price will head in the opposite direction later this year if the coin surge continues and people keep selling it out, while many more are reluctant to buy the coin at such high prices. The one thing that seems certain was that the wild ride of 2020 will be repeated. It's only been a couple of weeks into 2021 and Bitcoin has surpassed all expectations as it surged from one all-time high to another. It was a beautiful sight for those who had large holdings of the crypto and a pain for those that hesitated before seeing the surge happen. What a pain to miss Bitcoin's more than 200% expansion in just a matter of days, right? This chart reflects a prediction following the expansion. It also shows the rising trend of Bitcoin from its price of $40,721.23. Bitcoin is still following the upside trend. Right now, the price is currently consolidating around $40,000. Bitcoin needs to defend the immediate $40,000 support. This is the confluence of local support between bull and bear. The 20 MA is now approaching the price, which can act as a dynamic support. Trading priority is still up as long as important levels are holding. Bitcoin is expected to consolidate here for the next 24 to 48 hours, and if we see an upside breakout, the target is at about 46,000 to 48,000. This chart shows the rising price trend indicated by the purple line, which extends even higher. Though the trend pattern has dropped off at $41,200 to about $40,874. The chart shows its possible dip indicated by the blue arrow, though the line doesn't indicate a steep fall in price. It just points to several possible unmarked spots where the price of Bitcoin can drop off. It could probably meet strong support between 37,000 and 39,500. We believe this because the coin has shown itself strong enough to consolidate itself some ways short of new all-time highs, if not more. Given what we've seen the last few days, it might be a bit too early to sell off your Bitcoin. Whenever Bitcoin goes on high surges such as these, a major pullback, if not a gradual one, is not far behind. Some analysts predicted that Bitcoin could later consolidate at about $25,000. It has happened before after its surge in 2017, when the price dropped below $10,000 from about $20,000, which was the all-time high at the time. The coin could go up for some pretty steep falls this year. The year's pretty much still kicking off, and we still have some ways to go. Anything can happen. The consecutive surges that followed the crypto this year has never happened before in the history of the coin. This could also set it up for a rather significant fall before fully consolidating. Perhaps things don't fall into place for the adoption of the cryptocurrency, such as more regular usage for activities such as buying and selling among individuals, as well as its usage by larger organizations. Without this, a dip is imminent. This might be bad news for some people, but good news for you and me. People tend to get riled up quite easily when they see predictions that show the potential of a cryptocurrency to dip. Truth is, a dip is as unpredictable as a crypto surge. As good as it sounds, the surge will not continue forever, and the coin is expected to either consolidate or dip anytime soon. How soon it'll happen is not clear enough yet. The dip has started, though we're unsure how long it will continue. Others are maintaining an optimistic stance for now, while expecting the price to fall a bit modestly and not too far down. However, it does suggest that there will be another opportunity to buy into the dip once it starts. We see that Bitcoin has formed a nice head and shoulders pattern here in blue. This is a bearish chart pattern. It was confirmed with a breakout to the downside. We're currently trading at around $36,000. We have seen a nice bounce to our first support. The trend pattern seems to be heading down towards it. Here we have a long position which is running very well in profit. We've also realized 15% profits on this position and have set our SL at our entry price, or the break-even point. The rest of the position portrays a possible dip further than indicated in this chart. We're interested in waiting to let it all run and see if this position holds until a new all-time high, as indicated by the arrows surging up. Analysts believe that we're forming a new chart pattern in the 29,000 and 30,000 range. Also, you can see the open trades on the right side, and therefore the volume at a certain price level, in purple. This gives us additional support at about 29,000 and 29,300. It's important now that we hold our support and do not fall further below it. If we break through the support at around 27,500, the next target is around 26,200. We think that the dip limit could be just around these price levels. Now, why should you be happy because of a dip? Well, it's pretty simple. It represents the smartest period during which you can buy crypto or stock right before it surges. This may often be referred to as a poor man's ideology, but it is the oldest and wisest known manner of investment in the world. Though it requires a bit of patience, it represents one of the surefire ways to become a millionaire in the world today. You don't have to rush into a panic and sell your holdings of Bitcoin. The signs are there, and you could get the opportunity to get your teeth in while the price of Bitcoin dips in the coming weeks. You can buy more of the coin at this stage. A large number of retail investors have also joined the race recently as they fear to miss out on opportunities to make easy, quick gains from the latest bull run. But would they buy the coin at its current price? Not so sure. They will be waiting in the wings for a clear opportunity, such as a dip, to buy the crypto at a much more favorable price. We hope you found this video informative. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Do you think the dip in the Bitcoin price is worth the wait? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're here, go ahead and click on one of the videos on your screen. See you next time.
Hollywood car